So, President Trump has vowed to cut billions of dollars from U.S. defense spending, aka putting Elon Musk on it. And this is one of the rare instances where we can see if DOGE can do something good. And this is where we should really pay attention. Are they actually going to do anything here? This is something that we should. I know people gave Bernie shit, and I think Cenk Uygur shit, and just anyone shit who kind of agreed with Elon on the premise that there is a lot of corruption in the Pentagon and that needs to look into. You know what? I although I don't mean like we need to work together, but if they're gonna do something that's good, or if they say they're going to, we need to hold them accountable for if they don't. So my fear here is that he's going to go after the Pentagon and he's not going to find the real corruption, the real problems, like where 80% of our fucking Pentagon funding goes because every audit in the past however many years they failed and hundreds of billions of dollars are unaccounted for. Like, figure out that shit and figure out why we are paying so much, why we are getting price gouged so much on the equipment we are buying from our contractors and production facilities. We need to figure that out, and what kind of business might be going on between generals and these like these private military contractors, and how and how a general always retires from the military and then is immediately has a high level job at a private military contracting company. You need to look into all that. But my worry is that he's going to look at something that's good in the military. Let's say, so people in the military get a certain allowance towards housing, towards clothing, even towards food, depending on if they're on base or off base. My worry is he's going to look at that and be like, oh, this is actually going to a bunch of terrorists and Afghanistan, and we're gonna cut it. It's so corrupt and it's ran by lunatics, and or like the GI Bill or stuff like that. They're gonna look at like military social programs is the best way to put it, and they're gonna try to gut things like that. That's my worry because that's just what they're doing for other programs. They're not looking at the real meat. They are looking at things to make a whole big PR win about. Yeah, or just cut things that directly conflicts with their interests. So it's all a scam. So support them and hold them accountable when they do stuff like this. Be loud so you know when they don't do it that you call them out on their bullshit. And I don't like the whole notion of pretending like that we can't give them credit if they were to do something good here. It doesn't mean you support them or vote for them. You just give a nod. That's it. Or else I think you're just being dishonest yourself. That's my opinion. Call me a fucking fake leftist or a sellout, whatever. That's just my opinion. But you better hold them accountable when they don't do the good thing that they say they're going to do, because most of the time, if it's something good or reasonable or based, they're not going to do it. Anyways, okay, I'm burying the lead here. So from the Financial Times, Donald Trump vows to cut billions of dollars from U.S. defense spending. Donald Trump said he would seek to cut billions of dollars from the Pentagon budget as the next big target in the effort led by Elon Musk to slash spending by U.S. government agencies. In an interview on Sunday, Trump backed Elon Musk cost-cutting push through the Department of Government Efficiency, even as it faces growing setbacks in federal courts and allegations from Democrats that it is exceeding its powers. Oh, and I want to be clear. Even if they do find some massive corruption within the Pentagon, or even any agency that is obvious corruption Even if the fucking agenda item says 750,000 to Joe Biden's fucking Tuesday hand jobs, like, that's bad. That'd be bad. That'd be terrible. But you don't have the authority to just cut that. You see, we have to work within the limits of the laws in the Constitution, or else you're setting a very dangerous precedent. And it's not even about setting precedents. It's just flat out illegal, whether you agree with it or not. So, yeah. If anything, DOGE is a giant auditing company, and they can look at whatever they want, even though a lot of the stuff they have access to, they shouldn't arguably have access to. Anyways, let's say that's all fine and dandy. They can provide their audits, but they can't do anything. They can say this, and this is corruption, this is bad, and they can give that information to Trump, and that can be proposed to Congress, and that can be done through Congress because Congress holds the power of the purse. They they create the bill, the budget, sign it, president signs it, and once that's done, it's done. Can't change it. Anyways, Trump said Musk had been terrific and a great help in scouring the federal government for possible spending cuts so far. He indicated that the Defense Department, which has an annual budget of about $800 billion, would be next in the billionaire's sights. So, something else to look at here, year over year, if they're going to be cutting out so much corruption and saving so much money here, let's see if the military budget increases year over year by the end of Trump's second term. Something else to look at and hold them accountable for when they inevitably lie about this. That's my opinion. So let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. You know the people elected me on that, Trump said. Musk's potential role in scouring the Pentagon for savings has already raised concerns about potential conflicts of interest, given that his company SpaceX and his subsidiary Starlink have contracts with the government. But Mike Waltz, Trump National Security Advisor, brushed off those worries in an interview with NBC. He said all of the appropriate firewalls would be in place to prevent any conflicts, though he did not offer further details. There's going to be no firewalls in place. It's, that's gone. That idea is gone. The American people have said enough. Enough with the bloat and the waste and the debt, Waltz said. We do need great minds, and we do need business leaders to go in there and absolutely reform the Pentagon's acquisition process, he said. With Musk in a leading role, Trump's second administration has moved aggressively to grind some federal programs and agencies to a halt. In one setback for Musk on Saturday, a federal judge in New York temporarily blocked his team's effort to gain access to the U.S. Treasury Department's payment data, saying it could lead to a disclosure of sensitive personal information that could cause irreparable harm to Americans. Democrats have increasingly been crying foul. This is the most serious constitutional crisis the country has faced since Watergate, Chris Murphy, the Democratic senator from Connecticut, told ABC on Sunday. The president wants to be able to decide how and where money is spent so that he can reward his political friends. He can punish his political enemies. This is the evisceration of democracy, he added. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you look at just the wrecking ball they're trying to take to the government illegally and not think this isn't like an absolute attack on our institutions. Reclassifying civil servants, apolitical civil servants, so he can fire them and replace them with far-right MAGA loyalists. Openly. They say that openly. That's not me making it up or twisting their words. That's plain face. The hardest hit federal agencies include USAID, which administers foreign aids, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which employees were told on Saturday by its acting director, Russell Vought, to cease virtually all of their activities, including investigations and supervision. Trump has also vowed to eliminate the Department of Education, which has long been a target of conservative ire. Yeah, like I said, how can you not think they are just trying to burn this shit down? It's crazy. Yeah, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they are poisoning people's minds, the working class's minds, that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is bad for you. These billionaires have convinced you that the agency to keep them in check is bad for you. What are we doing? Republicans in Congress have stood by Trump and Musk as they have moved to halt a wide range of federal programs, even though the push has undermined the constitutional role of lawmakers in authorizing spending, as we talked about earlier. Mike Turner, an Ohio Republican, said on ABC that the Trump administration needed to take a critical view of U.S. spending policies because the country's fiscal path was unsustainable. But he also said Musk could be moving more artfully. Wow, what a good stand-up. Jesus, he needs to be more professional in a way, communicate with the American public. What are you talking about? He is communicating with the American public. He's tweeting something fucking almost hourly, if not more, about what he's looking to cut, why he's cutting it. It's all bullshit, but he's communicating. Like, what are you even saying here, bro? Jesus. But yeah, as much as I agree that the Pentagon should be investigated, one, there are concerns about national security, but I feel like all of our national secrets are fucking cooked. Like in Trump's first term, he was like openly talking about our nuclear secrets with like foreign diplomats and shit, like it was nothing. So, yeah, as much as I support that, they are an auditing company, an auditing entity at the end of the day. They do not get the final say or get to cut. They shouldn't be the ones sending emails. At most, they should be handing Trump a piece of paper, an advisement that Trump would take and propose and suggest to Congress for the next bill. You can't do that with executive power. You can't, whether you agree with the cuts or not, you cannot do that through executive power. And that should not be a precedent you want to set, that we can just openly defy and break our nation's laws like that. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. If you made it to this point in the video, I just want to give a special thank you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button down below. And if you really enjoyed it, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button while you're down there. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will try to reply to any and all comments that I can. Until next time, watch that video on screen.